Good morning, friends, and happy Sunday. It's actually almost 11 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm just grabbing my camera. The reason for that is Friday morning, I woke up with a sore throat. My eyes felt funny. I totally jinxed myself because I was like, oh, I haven't felt super sick in a while. Well, it all caught up with me. I've been drinking emergency nonstop. I have been keeping up in fluids. I slept till almost 10 a.m. on Saturday. But yeah, I sound worse than I feel. I'm feeling much better. Friday, I think, was definitely the worst. But I'm feeling better. Don't mind the mark on my lip, but we're gonna try to do our best to do some things today. I know if I keep myself moving, I'll feel better. So we're gonna go ahead and get this day started. I'm gonna make some ice. I will tell you, friends, I only use distilled water in this, and I also descale it every month. And it has run beautifully. The difference is spend $1 and get distilled water through it, because that won't build up anything in there because distilled water is so pure. But that has been like the trick of keeping my ice maker really nice. So I'm gonna get ice going, but I wanna show you something that I made yesterday. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw all my updates, but I am making 2 of these wreaths. You can actually see, I think it's right here. See how these are a little bit off? That was like my first round. As it went, it got way better. I'm gonna be putting a ribbon on it, so it's not gonna bother me so much. But this is just unbleached coffee filters, hot glued to a 18-inch straw wreath form. I will tell you, if I was to do this again, I would go with a 12-inch. This took 500 filters to make, and it took me all day. I would work on it an hour, and then I would take a break, work on it another hour, take a break. And don't worry if your coffee filters get off a little bit. I just took scissors and gave it a haircut at the end. There's still like a couple of those frayed pieces. But yeah, you can always fix it and just give it like a little haircut towards the end of the making and even it all out, but I'm really happy with it. I'm actually going to put them on each of those windows with big burgundy ribbons hanging off of them. So super excited with this craft. To give you a little tutorial, I'm gonna cut to a clip of me making it yesterday. I wanna do the best I can to show you how to do this. It's really easy. It's the same thing the whole way around, but you're gonna take your coffee filter and all you're going to do is fold it in quarters. So fold it in half and fold that half in half. Now, I suggest grabbing yourself a big, huge bowl and just folding them all as you go, and have a bunch ready. It just makes the process seem a little bit easier from what I've learned thus far. Now, this is what I do then. So I'm just gonna you'll need 100,000 glue sticks, but I'm gonna put some glue and I'm gonna tuck it in. And then what you're going to do, let me grab a couple more. You're just gonna work in a line. So I typically take 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The way that looks is one here on the outside edge, then one here, third one here, and then that 4th one is tucked on the inside edge of the wreath. And I've just been doing that the whole way. Do not worry if your edges are uneven. When we're all said and done, we'll give it a haircut, but I'm just gonna keep that process and build in this last section. I am so happy with how those that one wreath turned out. I think I'm gonna attack the other one throughout the week this week and just do it like an hour each night I get home. I would say the tip is, which I shared in the clip I believe, is just sit down and fold all of your coffee filters first. I just was using like a huge mixing bowl of just filling them up. It made the process feel much faster. Sorry, I just had to replace my battery. It just died on me. But yeah, I think folding them all makes the process feel a little bit faster. That would be my tip, but I think I shared that in the clip. I can't remember. My head has honestly been so fuzzy that I don't even know what I'm talking about. Although, I have something to share with you because I think they're really, really cool. I am not keeping them in these pots. I'm actually gonna repot these plants. But these two trees I got from Amazon. They require a decent amount of fluffing. They come out a little scary. This is the 3-foot and this is the 2-foot. Norfolk pine, I believe they are. They are so cute. I'm gonna put them in old brass containers. I'm gonna go antique shopping to look for them. And then those are going on the island here with wrapped gifts that are in those colors of the burgundy and dusty blue. But so happy with them. They come pre-lit with the lights already on. I actually have the batteries in them. They have multiple functions. I'm just gonna turn it on so you can see. I'll just put on that first one. Let me get this one going. Where's the button for this one? So you can see that they come pre-lit. There's 7 settings, I believe. 8 settings. There are 8 different light settings, but I think they're super cute. This is my least favorite setting, that like sped up twinkle. I wish it would just stay 1 speed, but I haven't played with all the settings that there are. So that is called combination. This is a wave. This is sequential, and it will probably get real fast. Yes. Slow go. I don't necessarily see what that one is doing. This is chasing flash. This is slow fade. This is twinkle flash. And then like a steady on. So yeah, really pumped about these. I think once they're repotted, they'll look really, really good. But those are good finds. I also am going to DIY some cute ornaments that Steven and I might actually have Steven help me. We got these little poodle cutouts. We're essentially calling this Mabel's tree, and I want to paint them and hang them on the tree, but they're little wood cutouts. I am going to make myself a cup of tea and get that down and then catch up with you later. I also Instacarted my groceries. I didn't go to the grocery store today just because I'm not feeling well, so I'm just having them delivered. I meal planned a couple like very easy meals for the week, but have groceries on the way. I am just making dinner, and I want it to be super simple because I'm not feeling the best. And I want it to be something I can take for lunch this week, so I'm just making some turkey chili. My recipe is nothing special, but I'll show it to you anyway. Because there's one thing I do that changes the texture, which you might not be doing. I have drained and rinsed dark red kidney beans, and I'm just going to add 2 cans of crushed tomatoes. Always buy good crushed tomatoes, it makes a difference. I'm adding a can of Rotel. It's just the original with diced green chilies. And then I'm adding an extra can of diced green chilies. I'm just adding 1 packet of chili mix. Nothing thrilling. And then I'm gonna give this a quick stir. I have ground turkey. Steven and I really don't do ground beef very often. Once in a while at a restaurant I'll get like a good hamburger, but in life we just do 99% ground turkey for tacos, everything, lasagna. I only ever use turkey. So I have that going on the stove with onion powder, garlic powder, chili powder, salt and pepper. Make sure you season that meat before you put it in your chili. It makes a huge difference. Some people just brown it and throw it in. No, always season it. Now, to add extra protein and to get a really good texture, I add most of this can. I don't kill myself getting out every drop, but most of this can of vegan refried pinto beans. I really like this. It's made with avocado oil, a little bit healthier than regular refried beans, but this is my favorite. I'm gonna add that in. It will be clumpy at first, but as this cooks and simmers, it will break down. But it adds a really nice texture and makes your chili even more filling. Friends, I started reading this book today and it is fantastic. It is called The Mad Wife. Just to give you a little synopsis, it is Lulu Mayfield has spent the last 5 years molding herself into the perfect 1950s housewife. Despite the tragic memories that haunt her and the weight of exhausting expectations, she keeps her husband happy, her household running, and gelatin salads the talk of the neighborhood. But after she gives birth to her second child, Lulu's carefully crafted life begins to unravel. When a neighbor Bitsy moves in, Lulu suspects that something darker lurks behind the woman's constant smile. As her fixation on Bitsy deepens, Lulu is drawn into a web of unsettling truths that threaten to expose the cracks in her own life. The more she uncovers about Bitsy, the more she questions everything she thought she knew. And soon others begin questioning her sanity. But is Lulu truly losing her mind, or is she on the verge of discovering a reality too terrifying to accept? It is heavy. It is amazing. Like if you're not into like a very heavy, not depressing isn't the word. I think heavy is truly the best word. This isn't for you, but the writing is incredible and the story is amazing. I would never steer you wrong with a book. And in fact, I had read and busted through so many books recently that the last 2 weeks I've kind of been in a rut with books. And this one has like kicked me back into gear. So The Mad Wife, highly, highly recommend. It's phenomenal. All right, so I am downstairs in our family room, and I'm just pre-measuring for a table here. There is so much space in this area that I'm thinking I want to do like a 47-inch round table right here. It could be like an entry drop zone, but I'm also thinking like puzzle table, game table, just like a craft table, a wrapping table. I think I just want something right here in this space to kind of fill it out. And I have like tons of room that I can move this recliner up a bit if I want to. Lots of questions about these rugs. I'm also going to link these for you. I have 2 of them. I have a smaller one and I have a larger one here in our living area. We're super excited. We just had this fireplace redone. I am debating, Stephen and I have talked about it, of switching out the logs for the cement spheres. So that's something I might do. This is such a nice, cozy area that we love. I still just have like a carpet remnant over there from our runner to kind of catch any dirt on Mabel's paws. I realized since returning, you guys haven't seen Stephen. He's here and happy. He's actually in his office right now.
Hi.
Say hello to everyone.
Hi.
What have you been up to? It's been a year. It's almost, well, not quite a year.
Since when you filmed, or since?
Yeah, since I last filmed was really almost January will be a year. He's living the dream.
Yeah, I'm in my office right now.
I love his office here.
Mabel loves it too.
We ended up getting, Stephen picked out this. It's a Pottery Barn.
Yeah, Pottery Barn.
He always wanted a Chesterfield couch in his office, so he ended up picking this one out, and it is also a pull-out bed. So it actually works for guests if we want to have them sleep down here instead of the guest rooms upstairs. This is really handy. And then they have like their own bathroom here. Oh, sorry about that. They have a beautiful bathroom here. And then you would have the living room out there. Mabel, what did she do today?
We went on a 2-mile hike, where she ran around in the woods, and then we went to the lake and during the hike, and she chased a tennis ball and she swam. And a couple times, because it was windy on the lake, she lost sight of the tennis ball. She was swimming around in circles, but eventually she found it and brought it back. And then we played in the fields.
She has a little flat top going on today.
Well, she was just chewing on a stick in the backyard. So
she has the life.
She was helping me move the hose to the front yard.
Are you watering?
No, you got to water the mums in the front. And that's, yeah. There's their shrine to Bubba's.
Yes, we have all of our Bubba's things here.
We like candles. And incense for Bubba's.
In honor of him.
Here, since we have a.
Oh,
we have a lot
I feel like a Sarah McLachlan song should be playing. Steven
I've
loves
gotten into incense.
Incense and candles. I feel like you burn them all the time now. What are your favorite smells?
Frankincense and sandalwood. But I wanted to burn them in my office, but there's a policy that you can't burn things in an office building.
Well, that's a smart policy.
I asked around for matches, and people thought I was going to burn the place down, which is not a good thing. So
that's not the reputation you want.
No. So we can. We have our IKEA candle. This was,
Whole Foods candle.
Well, this is the one that I was going to go in my office, but actually smells okay. So yeah, it's Bubba's shrine. Because who doesn't have a shrine to their beloved pet?
I was just talking to someone. There's like not a day that goes by that we don't talk about him.
Well, he was such a big part of our lives.
I know, but
So-
I just say like we talk about him every single day.
Yes. Yeah, so if people think we forgot about him, we certainly have not.
Absolutely. And Mabel hasn't forgotten.
Yeah.
I don't even know where she went. Oh, she's on her charging pad.
Oh, okay.
So, our joke is this black blanket I have. You can barely see her on it. We call it her charging pad. It's usually where she goes like after a long walk or hike. And we say that she's recharging. So, this black blanket is her charging pad. Isn't it? It's a charging pad. It's a best baby girl. Okay, my friends, I think I'm actually going to cut today's video pretty short. So take care of yourself, take care of others, be kind. Kindness is free, give it to everyone. Until next time, which will be soon. Bye-bye. Also, I linked a bunch of things that you guys are going to ask about or have asked about below.